So we are continuing with the episode 5 series, part 14, with our examples of Creative Commons license sabotage on the Soundcloud platform. Again, this is I remind you that this is unedited, so that from a legal point of view I cannot be accused of any type of deceiving regarding my researched conclusions about the disastrous situation in which the free software and open source communities are in through the intentional misuse of the Creative Commons license by many ill-intended human beings. So we are going to start with our first example, the user Dimet66. He posted a piece of content from a DJ that possibly pays his public display licenses toward the collective management organizations, to the appropriate collective management organizations. But of course I am sure that as Mr. Grammatic knows, that Led Zeppelin, a very famous band, did not allow anyone, and again even Mr. Grammatic, to publicly display in a tangible form their content, even if it is a remix. And I am absolutely sure that Led Zeppelin did not expressly permitted Mr. Dimet66 here to relicense parts of their content under a free license such as the Creative Commons by attribution version 3.0. So Mr. Dimet66 is a felon user. He commits felony by posting copyrighted content, especially under a Creative Commons license, which constitutes further in not just copyright infringement but also identity theft. And of course he endangers the free software community, the open source community, and every freedom promoting communities around the world. Let's go to the next example. Mr. Kabbalistic Village. Mr. Kabbalistic Village, I don't know if I managed to catch him in the previous parts of this episode. He is a genuine user. he produces his content, and of course he has a name for his posted production, as you see, and of course he talks about the artistic part, the components of the work that he posts, and the feelings involved, of course, that led to this composition. Of course, he relicenses his work under a Creative Commons non-derivative work. This is a problem that contradicts his express statements in the description of the work, which has obvious misleading a misleading purpose, at least, probably voluntary or involuntary. But if Mr. Kabbalistic Village is going to, in the future, see this part 14 of this episode 5 video series, the only amendment that I have with his, at least with this post of his, is that from a legal point of view, he cannot use a Creative Commons by attribution non-derivative license, and also in the same time to tell the users, the recipients of the free world, that they can use this song in their YouTube videos, podcasts, Twitch streams, and more. Because yes, of course, the Creative Commons license allows clearly states from a legal point of view that you need to credit the artist. But when you allow a song to be used in a YouTube video or any other derivative work, I am infringing, and the user that tries to use the copyrighted content under this Creative Commons license non-derivatives for their own work, of course they are going to infringe this license. So when you tell us that we can use the work, please use at least by attribution share alike, not non-derivative, because you are becoming a felon when you are doing that. Or at least publish your work under two types of Creative Commons licenses, because the Creative Commons license clearly states if somebody publishes a work under two Creative Commons licenses, which of course normally shouldn't happen, but if you still want to publish like that, you can publish under of course, Creative Commons by attribution non-derivatives, and you can publish under a Creative Commons by attribution share alike license in parallel on the same post. But you need to actually specify that you know what you're doing, okay, and the reasons for which you are publishing under these two licenses, because I do understand that you don't want your music to actually be misinterpreted, misused from a moral point of view, or not or not just from a moral point of view, but misused without purpose, as many YouTube posts, many YouTube users are doing from the beginning of YouTube and from the beginning of these media platforms. So as a conclusion, not just Mr. Kabbalistic Village, you should be very careful to practice what you preach, okay? Because if you don't practice what you preach, and you are probably involuntarily posting things in a deceitful manner, you become an evil person by not even knowing it. So oh, he actually has his real name here. Okay, Mr. Menachem Engel. Of course, I am allowed to publish this because his post is on a public platform and under a license which actually allows us to share the information that he posts, even under the European GDPR. Okay, when somebody actually posts something, especially under a legal license such as the Creative Commons license, we are allowed to actually post the things he posted. We are allowed to redistribute. But this is my amendment from a legal point of view. Even if I am not a lawyer, or even if we are not lawyers, we answer, you know, for our doings, for our deeds, you know, in this society. And no, I am not going to make a disclaimer, oh, I am not a lawyer and things like that. No, the Creative Commons license in these cases backs me up. Okay, when somebody uses the Creative Commons license accordingly, he uses it accordingly. When he doesn't, he doesn't. But I am sure that Mr. Kabbalistic Village here did not have an intention to mislead, probably. I mean, in a 95% with a 95% probability, he didn't, and probably other producers, you know, such as Tobacco and others. We are going to address this particular issue in probably another episode, not in this episode, which is already addressing a very serious issue. So Mr. Kabbalistic Village is an example of a genuine user, of course with the previous amendments that I made. So let's go to the next example. Mr. DJ Rude Boy, or Rude Boy, but probably with you know, a spin-off of name spelling. Okay, Mr. DJ Rude Boy. Yes, you are a rude boy, Mr. DJ Rude Boy, because you are illegally relicensing music from Mr. 50 Cent. I am sure that Mr. 50 Cent did not give you the right to relicense his work under a Creative Commons, you know, by attribution license. But of course you are not at fault just by yourself, but the Soundcloud platform is at fault from a legal point of view also. So yeah, DJ Rude Boy here is a felon, and wasted talent here, 100% wasted talent, because there are other works, original works under Creative Commons license that could be mixed. So yes, felon, Mr. DJ Rude Boy, and a wasted talent. Let's go to the next example, Mr. It's Hug Life or Hug Life, anyway, bigger than Hip Hop Mash. Hughes Mash, of course, free download. It wouldn't be a problem, but I am sure that the artists from the work, from the mash that he did not allow him, or at least some of them did not allow him to relicense their work under a Creative Commons license. This is the problem. Again, I am reminding the viewers that I don't have a problem when somebody actually does a remix of a copyrighted work, because the remix by default from a legal point of view belongs to the original copyright owner of the original work. So it wouldn't be my problem, but it would be his problem. The problem would be between him, the remixer, and the original copyright owner, and I of course wouldn't touch this even from a mile away. So Mr. It's Hug Life or Hug Life is a felon. Let's go to the next example, Mr. Jasty. Okay, Mr. Jasty. Yes. I'm afraid he's a felon too, because he didn't just use inspiration, the influence of the style of a certain genre, of songs. He actually used Mr. Joel Ortiz hip hop vocals in his work, and it wouldn't be a problem if he wouldn't have relicensed this work under a Creative Commons license to put us, the free software and the open source community, in danger. So he didn't do just copyright infringement, he did identity theft also. Let's go to the next example. Here we have, without a doubt, a genuine producer of original content, unwritten stories. We know about them. We know about the artist. The artist can be put, of course, in the same place as, of course, Kevin MacLeod, Savk, Cyber SDF, and other giants that actually, of course, Alexander Nakarada and others that actually do work under works under copyrighted under free license, such as the Creative Commons license for us. So again, this one is a genuine Creative Commons media content producer. Of course, the name of the song, his username, of course, song is free to use, and backs it up with a legal Creative Commons type of license, which in this case is Creative Commons by attribution. And I am sure that the user knows very well what he's doing. In contrary to the majority of the users I have presented in this episode 5 series, and that I will still present in further parts of this episode. Hey, we have genuine users also with that they have their heart in the right place. Let's go to the next user, Mr. Tommy Trenton Jr. This seems to be a genuine user that uses of course an MPC console, which uses samples to actually compose a song. From what I know, Mr. Tommy Trenton Jr. Okay, is a producer, and as long as he doesn't use uncleared samples from the legal point of view, he of course is allowed to relicense his original work under a Creative Commons license, whatever that license might be. Okay. Okay, Mr. Tommy Trenton seems to be a genuine producer. Until I am going to probably listen more of his work to actually see if he actually relicenses copyrighted content under a free license such as the Creative Commons license. For now, I probably put him here because he produces original work, but I don't know anymore. Let's go to the next example. Of course, Basement Studios. This one is a genuine user. My problem would be that, hey, it is currently available for purchase, or it is published under a Creative Commons license. Mr. Basement Studios Productions. You need to actually be very careful what you are doing when you are publishing a work under a Creative Commons license, such as the Creative Commons by attribution. You need to actually specify how your work is available for purchase, because the Creative Commons by attribution allows way too many rights for the recipients that purchase becomes viable. But of course, when you want to support, because these people have to eat too, have to pay their bills too, they can be actually supported with those things called money, because we're not in the Stone Age and we need to actually pay things with money. I'm sorry, I've been interrupted by a phone scammer, because these actually exist. Let's continue with our examples. Of course, Mr. Basement Studios, as I said in the previous part of this episode, probably this part is going to be split in part 1 and part B. Let's go to the next example. Mr. Somos Music. Mr. Somos Music, I'm afraid he's a felon because he uses the line of the song of the Dragon Ball Z, which is a copyrighted material from a Japanese TV company, from what I know, and usually Japanese companies do not take kindly to of course relicensing their work under a free license. So Mr. Somos Music is a felon. He endangers the entire free software community, the entire open source community, and of course the entire freedom promoting community around the world. So Mr. Somos Music, if you would like to stop doing that, it would be very nice. Again, it's not a problem when you remix something. It's your problem. If you pay your dues again towards those collective management organizations, you can do whatever you want according to the permissions that the original copyright owners give you. But I'm sure the original copyright owners did not give you the permission to relicense their parts of their work under a Creative Commons by attribution share alike license. Let's go to the next example. Mr. Steely Man. Mr. Steely Man again, if does if ex anthemic does if ex and Paul Newman and others from these artists allowed Mr. Steely Chan, if the original copyright owners gave him the permission to actually use their work into his production, it is fine. But If they didn't, which in the most cases they don't, and he let's see, yeah, he relicensed their work under a free license such as the Creative Commons by attribution license, he is a felon, okay, and wasted talent. Let's go to the next example. Mr. Techni and Nick, or whatever, I suppose Techni and Nick. Of course, bass boosted Tech 9 Cook and Crack Part 2 feat Nick. Written and performed, of course, by Nick and Tech 9. Okay. Of course, published by Team Rofa and Side Block Recordings, of course. Okay, these the producers are genuine, but if Mr. Team Rofa and Side Block Recordings are actually a genuine recording label, they probably have the rights to actually relicense this work, which contains parts from Mr. Nick and Tech 9. But if he is a felon, as everybody else, as the most of everybody else I presented until now, well, of course, at that moment he doesn't have the right to post this work under a Creative Commons license. So this remains to be seen when I am going to probably contact some of these persons in one of the later episodes throughout this journey that we are going to make together on this channel. Let's go to the next example. Mr. Terry Skills, of course, TID, hip hop instrumental, Terry Skills, free download. Of course, Till I Die are alternate mix by the Beach Boys. I don't know what to say. Let's actually see the YouTube channel. Let's see if it is published here under the same Creative Commons license. No, it's not. Ah, come on. We have we are closing the elections in my country, and of course the parties are committing their own felonies by actually giving us forced commercials regarding what they did in their dreams, probably, because of course for the country they didn't do anything good. Anyway, they don't even protect these Creative Commons licenses, which I am militating for. So yeah, what government we have. Whoop-de-doo. Anyway, the Beach Boys did not give this person, this Beats by Terry Terry Skills, okay? This user does not have the right to use samples from the Beach Boys. He doesn't have the right to use their song line, okay? Even if you are doing a almost complete remix, if you use samples or the song line, you are not allowed to relicense the derivative production under a free license, while you didn't clear all these things from a legal point of view. So Mr. Beats by Terry Skills he is a felon, I'm afraid, because he relicensed copyrighted work under a free license such as the Creative Commons license, which constitutes, of course, Ian, to sabotage towards the free software communities and the open source communities. Let's get ourselves with the next example. Mr. Ime Fresh. No copyright music, September Rain, chill, lo-fi, hip-hop, chill hop for YouTube. Okay, this one seems to actually be a genuine user. Of course, he says you are free to upload and monetize this track on YouTube. In order to get permission to publish on your YouTube channel, you should, okay. No, I don't have to follow your channel according to a Creative Commons license. No, I don't need to actually enclose any metadata into the video description. Okay, I just need, according to a Creative Commons license, which is already deceitfully non-derivative, I am not allowed to actually use your work under a Creative Commons license, of course, into a video. My video has to be blank, okay, to actually be able to publish your music. Okay, when you actually publish it under a non-derivative with the non-derivative parameter of the Creative Commons license, okay, because the non-derivative says it clearly. You cannot remix it, you are free to share it, okay, but you are not allowed to remix it, okay, you are not able to distribute the material. Mr. Ime Fresh, what the heck, man? I mean, stop doing illegal things. You can't tell me, okay, I am allowed to upload and monetize this track on YouTube. No, I can't, unless the video is blank. Okay, I am not able to do something with it, to contribute to the culture, to the development, you know, of the art, according to what presumably the copyright principle says. Okay, but nobody from the big companies do not practice what they preach since at least probably 100 or 200 years until now. Okay, since the beginning of these copyright principles, no legal, you know, powered company does actually practice what they preach. And of course, we are seeing here Mr. Ime Fresh, that he publishes something under a non-derivative type of Creative Commons license, and then he says, oh, you are free to upload and monetize this track on YouTube. No, you are going to actually strike my account, or you are going to probably threaten me that you are going to do that, and you'll probably ask money, promotion, or something else on my channel, because this is what you saboteurs are doing. Okay, you lack honor. Okay, not just Mr. Ime Fresh here, but everybody else that does felony and that I named throughout this episode 5 series. Let's get to the next example, because this becomes quite disgusting. Mr. Underground Hip Hop, slow groovy underground hip hop instrumental beat. Okay, original beat by Kevin Patrick McDonald. Okay, real 77. Let's see if this is actually something that was posted under a Creative Commons license, because if it's not posted under a Creative Commons license, of course he is not allowed to No, I'm sure that this guy does not have anything. Let's take just a no, of course not. Why would he? I mean, he's entitled, you know, not to okay. Let's give this guy the benefit of the doubt because since he is a producer, he probably involuntarily got influenced. Okay, original beat by Kevin Patrick McDonald, real 7777. Anyway, if he didn't use any samples from that beat, okay, and he just did an artistic influence, okay, an artistic not a derivative, something that the copyright actually allows. You know, you can be influenced by the style of a certain song. Fine, you can actually do it, but if he used samples of or the song line, of course he becomes a felon. So again, there are cases in which we, as the Creative Commons license content users, from a legal point of view, we are not supported, you know, by the authorities in a way so we can actually consciously choose the right material from a legal point of view because of these people like Mr. Underground Hip Hop and others that I have presented. Let's go to the next felon, Creep, Main and Nick. Again, Team Hoffa, track Creep by the and performed by artists Creep, Main and Nick. The problem is, if you as the user here do not have the permission from these people, you are doing us a disservice. But you should actually have, at least in the name, in the description, this statement: hey, I am legally posting this, I am legally entitled to actually post this with the authorizations of the following producers. Okay, so we know that we can actually use your content, your posted content, under the Creative Commons license under which you posted. So for now, we are going to consider him a felon. Let's go to the next of course user. This is Mr. Kaleido. Mr. Kaleido, I believe this one is actually a genuine producer, because I actually listened to many of his works, and of course he, as you see, some of them actually do not have they are not released under a Creative Commons license. But of course he is a moron, because when you actually post something under a Creative Commons license, you cannot actually ask me not to host, not to download this song on my website or page. As long as I respect the Creative Commons license, I can do whatever I want under the conditions of that Creative Commons license. Okay, Mr. Kaleido, you are doing the same thing like others that are actually producing original Creative Commons content. Don't do it. Don't do this. Yeah, it is recommended, but you cannot force me, according to the Creative Commons license, to do those things. I just need to actually post the name of the song, you as the artist, and the license under which you released that song, which of course is the Creative Commons license. Okay, yeah, this one is a genuine user, but as many other genuine users, he is kind of an idiot, and I hope that he can straighten himself out to actually buckle up, you know, and respect the society rights under which the Creative Commons license is constituted for. Yeah, a genuine user, but kind of an idiot. Of course, by the time I have actually by the time I've seen so many bad examples of sabotage, you know, you go into an existential shock regarding these no copyright, you know, content. And of course, the Creative Commons license is not quite a free, it's not like public domain. Of course, the Creative Commons materials are not free of copyright. The creator of the work does not lose their copyright in the work. Of course not. But when I copy that work, I do have almost all the rights that he has. Okay? Which are of course specified by the Creative Commons license type, under which he releases that specific content for the public, aka the recipients. Let's go to the next example. Okay, Mr. Kaleido again. Yes, he does release under Creative Commons license. He is an original producer. He releases his original work, which kudos to him. But again, the amendment makes sure that you don't ask things that are outside the Creative Commons license. Okay, or at least say, hey, you in the most, with your most you know, abilities, if you can, please only link the song to my whatever page, or if you can, and if your business is not based on downloading and hosting the song on your website or page, please you know, don't do it. But do not try to imply that I am forced to actually obey those type of rules, because since the Creative Commons license does not force me not to obey those rules, of course I will not, and others shouldn't either. Let's go to the next example. Of course, Mr. Kaleido again, he releases, of course, music under the Creative Commons license. He has at least half of his heart where it needs to be. He just needs to actually document himself more about how the community works, how the Creative Commons works, and how he can integrate himself more rightfully into this type of communities. Let's go to the next example. Mr. Barry, of course, he is an original content creator. Of course, he releases his work under a Creative Commons license. Nothing to say here, but kudos to him. Let's go to the next example again. Mr. Barry, he actually describes why the song was made, the reasoning behind it, of course some technical parameters which were and components which were used to create the song. Of course, he releases it under a Creative Commons license. let's go to the next example. This is where this is the example of course, pure felony, where you are telling me, oh, Creative Commons music. No, this is not Creative Commons music. Royalty free music, free download, whoever. No, you are trying to just sell your work. No, you don't support nothing. Creative Commons license is based on the willingness, okay, on the free will of the recipient, if they want to give you some money or not. Okay, so don't boast that you are releasing Creative Commons music, because this is not open. Of course, it is by attribution, non-commercial, non-derivative. No, you are not even for charities. You are not what they say, this song is blah blah blah, we support. No, you are not supportive of any charity, because everything at some point, even a donation, you know, when the money exchange hands, the license, the non-commercial license is infringed. Okay, so these people that don't know how the Creative Commons license work, they should not even publish under this kind of license. Shame on you people that you don't document yourselves properly when you are publishing works, even yours, but most of other copyrighted, standard copyrighted works under the free licenses, such as the Creative Commons license, and you don't document yourself properly on how to use it. Okay, you are just doing these rebellious things. Ooh, you are rebels. Yeah, but you are endangering the entire society, and in the end, even yourselves. So with this, I am ending the part B, probably, of the part 14 of this episode 5 series. So with this, I'm giving you my best regards for now. Goodbye.